I went down a deep rabbit hole studying how top creators sell millions of dollars in digital products, and I uncovered 5 psychological tactics most people never notice. One of them made over $20 million without running ads, and it completely changed how I look at online courses. So let's start with Iman Gadzhi's funnel. At the very top of his system is a massive content distribution engine that starts with short-form clips designed purely to grab attention and pull people into long-form YouTube videos. And those videos fall into 2 categories: growth content like productivity hacks, AI tools, and business breakdowns, and nurture content where he shows lifestyle, cars, penthouses, and day in the life of a millionaire videos to build trust and aspiration. But here's where it gets interesting. Most creators run a traditional VSL funnel with ads going to opt-in pages, then sales videos, then calls, which creates friction and limits distribution unless you constantly spend on ads. Iman saw this problem and flipped the entire system by building a flywheel VSL, where instead of hiding the sales video on his website, he hosted it directly on YouTube, letting people watch freely. And that single move reportedly generated around $20 million. The real genius is this: people don't believe promises, they believe what they've already experienced. And by teaching real systems inside his free content, viewers experience what it's like to be a student before they ever buy. So when he casually says, "This system is something I teach inside Digital Launchpad or Agency Navigator," it feels like a recommendation from a mentor, not a sales pitch. And you don't need a massive audience to do this. If you sell a Notion template, make a video showing how you plan your week with it and mention it's part of your full system. Or if you sell consulting, teach one real method and casually say it's part of your framework. That brings us to the second psychological tactic, which I noticed while studying Ali Abdaal's part-time YouTuber Academy. Because when you look at the course modules, how to succeed on YouTube, gear and setup, defining your niche, none of it sounds revolutionary. And Ali himself admits you can find similar information for free online. So why do people happily pay $900? The answer is that Ali doesn't sell a syllabus, he sells a shortcut. Because people aren't paying for new information, they're paying for clarity, structure, and the fastest path forward. And instead of overwhelming students with endless lessons, he positions the course as a cheat code that removes confusion and tells you exactly what to focus on. While researching these funnels, I went a little obsessive and started collecting landing pages, email sequences, and upsells, and I compiled everything into a resource linked below if you're planning to launch your own product. Now let's talk about Dan Koe, who quietly cracked one of the smartest launch strategies I've seen. Because instead of selling static courses, he solves problems with deadlines through challenges and cohorts, like a 7-day writing challenge that feels like a complete experience and naturally leads into paid offers, and every product is tied to a specific time frame with a clear transformation. This works because deadlines turn courses into experiences, and in one of his early launches, a 2-week cohort priced at $150 brought in $700,000 simply because people took action when time was limited. But even if you nail all of this, there's still one hesitation that kills conversions. What if I waste my money again? And that's where the fourth psychological tactic comes in, inspired by Alex Hormoz's value equation. Because most creators sell the dream outcome but forget certainty, so top creators build a second brain around the offer by adding tools, templates, scripts, software, and systems that reduce effort and increase the perceived likelihood of success. The key difference is these aren't random bonuses, they are intentional assets designed to remove friction. And finally, the most overlooked tactic of all is this: people don't buy courses, they buy identity. They don't care about modules or PDFs, they care about who they become after buying. Which is why top creators don't sell boring programs, they sell missions. Iman doesn't sell a course, he sells the digital renaissance, something cinematic that feels like joining a movement, because nobody wants to buy a Google Drive folder, they want to start a new chapter in their life. And that's the real psychology behind how the best creators sell digital products effortlessly. If this helped you and you're stuck on what to sell or how to position your offer, check out my How to Steal Like an Artist video link below. It will change how you think about products. I'll see you in the next one.